I had a collection that I sold to an online buyer. I went to the credit union to cash the check. I had a good conversation with them, and they told me that this was likely an overpayment scam. They're really great about explaining it so that I have the resources to help myself in the future.
For the best selection in classic and contemporary furnishings, stop by Richard Parks Furniture on High Street in Ellsworth. Handcrafted New England-made bedrooms and dining rooms, imported Scandinavian recliners and upholstery, more than 40 lines of furniture for the home and patio. Richard Parks Furniture is your #1 stop for quality, functionality, and well-designed furniture at affordable prices. Richard Parks Furniture.
Discover Richard Parks.
132 High Street in Ellsworth.
Discover Richard Parks.
Jonathan Bush. He's a battle-tested trailblazer who's created over 900 jobs in Maine.
The jobs that Jonathan brought to Belfast were really transformative for so many families.
Now Bush wants to shake up Augusta. He'll slash wasteful spending and cut property and income taxes. A $1 billion tax cut for hardworking Mainers.
Jonathan is a big thinker with big ideas, but he actually makes them happen.
I'm Jonathan Bush. I look forward to earning your vote.
Step into a story that's funny, touching, and deeply human. Winterport Open Stage presents The Dining Room by A.R. Gurney. This unique production blends a series of scenes into a heartfelt look at family and tradition. Performances run May 1st, 2nd, 8th, and 9th at 7 p.m., with matinees May 3rd and 10th at 3 p.m. at Samuel Wagner Middle School in Winterport. For tickets, visit winterportopenstage.net or find Winterport Open Stage on Facebook.
You couldn't ask for a better group of people when you're working at a credit union.
When I first started out, everyone was super welcoming.
There's a lot of focus with the community.
It builds a really rewarding professional career. It's just a wonderful place to work.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back. There will be a little change in the normal traffic pattern in Bangor on Monday. The Department of Transportation is closing the ramp from northbound Route 202 to westbound I-395 from 5 a.m. to 4 p.m. for a concrete deck replacement. They say drivers headed northbound on Route 202 towards I-395 should use exit 3B onto Main Street and then take the next ramp to get on I-395 westbound. Message boards are in place to advise about that upcoming closure. Well, students this morning in Bangor rehearsed an annual play that's put on every Good Friday and Easter Sunday. The dress rehearsal was held at the St. John's Catholic Church, St. Paul the Apostle Parish in Bangor. Each year, 8th graders from the All Saints Catholic School portray the last hours of Jesus' life through the eyes of his mother, Mary.
It's really cool that we are all able to share this one passion of doing this for everyone in the community.
We get to practice a lot, spend a lot of time together, and it's just a good opportunity to help act out some stuff and give back to the community, help them understand what Jesus went through more deeply.
The portrayal of the living stations, Mary's Way of the Cross, was performed at the Bangor Church earlier today and will be performed again this coming Sunday during the morning and afternoon. Well, the Blue Hill Fire Department is seeking to expand its quarters. Thursday, an open house was held to show the public exactly why. According to Fire Chief John Chapman, the current firehouse was built in the 1960s for smaller equipment and a smaller crew. Well, due to high demand from last year's fire season and their need for custom trucks to fit the incredibly small building, the department is hoping some funding could help them move locations and ease those growing pains. They've already submitted an application for congressionally directed spending and secured the beginnings of the ideal spot.
There is a warrant article, an article to allow the select board and treasurer to obtain a long-term loan to supplement the money that's already been used to purchase the property to make our application more attractive.
Well, a vote will be held during the Blue Hill Town meeting on Saturday to decide whether to move through with that loan process. And still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, April showers are known to bring May flowers, but they also bring little critters across the road during a phenomenon known as big nights. And in sports, the Boston Red Sox played their first game at Fenway Park this afternoon, and that story is after the break.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
With Maine's largest network of parts, Coastal Auto Parts keeps things moving. If it's got wheels and an engine, we've got the parts to keep it on the road and the drive to help more families in Maine. April is Autism Awareness Month, and Autos for Autism is back. That means you can join your local Napa Auto or Truck Care Center and your Coastal Auto Parts location to help families living with autism right here in Maine. Because serving our community is what keeps us going. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
When I was 29, I was diagnosed with cancer. And I think part of research and advocating for more money for cancer research allows survivors to have more time. Senator Collins supports and advocates for more funding for cancer research so that people can have better treatments, they can have better outcomes, and therefore they can live better lives as cancer survivors. Thank you, Senator Collins. Continue fighting for our families.
You provide it all. There's no challenge you can't take on because you've already taken on everything. You've gone above and beyond. It feels like you've brought them together. It feels like your home is taken care of. It feels like you're all at the top of your game. And with Fidium Fiber Internet, you are.
It feels like Fidium.
Folks, and happy Fenway Park opening day. The Sox hosted the Padres this afternoon for their first game in Boston. Turned out to be a beautiful day at America's most beloved ballpark. We pick it up in the bottom of the third. Marcelo Meyer blasts one off the monster for the extra base hit. He had a big day. Then two batters later, it was Rafaela who's going to bring him in with the base knock as the Sox opening the scoring on opening day at Fenway Park. Sox are always better when Rafaela's bat is hot. Next inning, Sox looking to add another, and it's Durbin who gets the monkey off his back with his first hit of the year, bringing Duran home in the process. Sox lead 2-0. Padres making their run, though. Next frame, full count, 2 outs. Campusano launches one to deep left center. It goes off the monster, and he ties it at 2. Bottom 6 now. It's Meyer again, this time facing a lefty. He sends a message to Alex Cora. The young infielder launches this one into the opposing bullpen for the 2-run shot as the Sox win 5-2. Well, big news coming out of Orono on Friday as the University of Maine has unveiled design plans for the new Chappelle Court and training facility in Morse Arena. On Friday morning, renderings of the future home of the Black Bears basketball was revealed. The new Chappelle Court will hold over 2,600 people during home games and will feature dedicated student and pep band sections. The court is a part of a $10 million fund from former Black Bears Philip and Susan Morse, who graduated in 1964. Additionally, the arena will feature a brand new training facility with weights and machines, as well as meetings and conference rooms for both Maine's basketball teams and the football team. Construction of the Morse Arena began the fall of 2025 and is expected to be ready for action in time for the 2027-28 basketball season. Those are very pretty. The NFL owners' meetings were being held this week down in Phoenix, Arizona. Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel, who of course led the Pats to a 14-3 record and a spot in Super Bowl 60, continues to strengthen the Pats roster, but that success does not come free. The Patriots play 7 teams this upcoming fall that made the playoffs this past season. Vrabel was asked about playing a first-place schedule this season and how much tougher that will be.
We want to win the division, we want to host playoff games, and we want to compete for championships. And so we got a taste of that. We saw what that looked like. We saw the environment that it created to be able to play those playoff games at home, which was unbelievable.
Let's move over to the ice as the Boston Bruins look to close out the regular season on a high note and clinch a playoff spot. The Bruins have a total record of 43 wins, 25 losses, and 8 overtime losses for a total of 94 points, which puts them in 4th in the Atlantic Division and sitting in the driver's seat of the Eastern Conference top wild card spot. As it stands right now, the Bruins currently have a 91% chance to punch their ticket to the Stanley Cup playoffs. Their projected first-round matchup, the first-place Tampa Bay Lightning, which would make for an extremely intriguing matchup. And one that might scare Bruins fans, but you just want to get to the playoffs. That's all the time we have for sports. Here's your full 5-day forecast.
Thank you very much. Tonight's weather is brought to you by Silva's Towing in Old Town, serving Penobscot County and beyond. All right, so those highs for today right now are not official. We're still going to warm up throughout this evening into right around 10 o'clock for tonight. So, again, these are not official highs, but as of out there now, we're looking at low to mid 40s in the Bangor region, and we got upper 40s down near Sanford with those temperatures where the wintry mix is still continuing, mid 30s near Presque Isle and Holton as of now. But again, temperatures will warm throughout the night around 10 p.m. We could be near 50 degrees, but then by the early morning hours, we'll cool off. Looking at mid 30s here in Bangor, mid to upper 20s up north near Clayton Lake and Caribou, and some of us could be hanging out near 40 along your coastline for tonight. Now, into tomorrow, we're going to see highs trying to reach for 50. We're going to get some sunshine early on, especially into the early afternoon hours. But you can see that sea breeze with winds from the south for tomorrow, keeping you slightly cooler along your coastline. And, of course, staying cooler up north with mid to upper 30s near Clayton Lake and Caribou. So that average high right around 47. We may still reach near average throughout tonight. And then we'll have highs a little bit above average for your Saturday, looking at 50 then. Then we're going to stay a little bit below average, not by much. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, looking at highs in the mid 40s, and those temperatures jump back above average, especially next week into next Friday. We'll see highs right around the mid 50s then. So winds out there right now from the south. This is why we're seeing that sea breeze going to be in place. We're seeing 10 miles per hour in Bar Harbor, same here in Bangor. Winds were a little breezy earlier on, but they're going to die down for tonight. As we continue, you'll see the winds here on the models showing staying breezy, but most of this wind will be tomorrow. Even though it shows a dying down here, we'll still see gusts near 20 to 25 miles per hour from the north, and that breezy wind actually may help us warm towards 50, right, with the sunshine as well. And then we're going to continue to see some more wind pick up. We can see some gusts getting close to 30 miles per hour in some local spots as that next system approaches for your Saturday night into your Easter Sunday morning. So out there for tonight, right around 9 to 10 o'clock is when we'll see the warmest of the temperatures. So yes, rain showers will be all the way up north near Presque Isle, even after seeing that wintry mix throughout much of the day today. Now, this is going to clear out throughout tonight, and as we get into tomorrow, lots of sunshine early on, but here's 1 p.m. Those clouds are going to begin to creep in late into the afternoon, and then we get set up for the next system here. Here's 8 p.m. This could where a little bit of Virgo could be out there on the radar, so it may look like the wintry mix is starting already, but the precipitation is not reaching. We'll see it most likely reach shortly after midnight, and a lot of that freezing rain looks to stay north of Bangor, right? We can have some trace amounts pass by here, but then once we get into the early morning hours, our temperatures look to stay above freezing, and will continue to warm into the afternoon. So most likely seeing those rain showers, and that's going to continue up north as well. So the freezing rain threat with the sleets, not as bad as we were dealing out there with last night throughout today. As we get into your Easter afternoon, we can see a few more rain showers off to the eastern portion of the state, but that front will be clearing out by your Sunday night. So out there for tonight, we got lows in the mid 30s, a few flurries or rain showers lingering with that winter mix, otherwise staying dry. As we head into tomorrow, we'll have highs looking to reach near 50, partly cloudy and breezy with winds from the north gusting near 25 miles per hour. But don't forget, we're getting ahead of that next system for your Saturday night into your Easter Sunday. The wintry mix will transition to all rain throughout the afternoon Sunday. We'll stay dry for Monday, Tuesday, and the Wednesday, with then by then we'll see those highs hanging out in the mid 40s.
Thank you, Jason. There is still more to come after the break.
Are your basement walls bowing, crumbling, or failing? Hi, I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems, all things basementy. Our Stable Walk wall system offers a patented, affordable, and permanent solution to save your foundation walls. It stabilizes, fills voids, and structurally repairs, leaving a new smooth surface. All the strength of new walls. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basementy.
Peter Pan here. You know, I thought growing up would be the worst. Bills, responsibility, pants. But then I found a way to hack adulthood. It's called AAA. Grown-up perks, zero grown-up stress. Woo! Insurance and roadside assistance? Hey, yep. Oh! It's cool. I've got AAA. And don't forget, epic discounts on dining and travel. With AAA, it pays to be a member. A little more whipped cream, please. Yeah.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
As a hybrid pioneer, followed by years of refinement, Toyota has earned praise for creating the most advanced and reliable hybrid system. Now with more hybrid all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive models than any other brand. Like the affordable all-wheel drive Corolla Cross Hybrid with advanced tech and an up to 445-mile total driving range. So see your New England Toyota dealer, your hybrid all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Governor Janet Mills has announced Maine's next state poet laureate in a special ceremony at the State House. As part of National Poetry Month, the event brought together poets, literary leaders, and students from across the state. All watched as Dawn Potter was named the next Maine State Poet Laureate, a post she'll occupy for 5 years. She says for over 30 years, she has been committed to teaching and bringing the gift of poetry to young people.
I spend a lot of time working with rural youth now, bringing poetry into their lives and helping them discover their work. So I'm hoping this will give me a chance to spread that throughout other parts of the state.
Well, the event also featured poetry readings from literary partners across the state of Maine, and congratulations to our newest state poet laureate. Well, April showers are known to bring May flowers, but they also bring little critters across the road during a phenomenon known as big nights. The Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife reports that on a warm, rainy night, there's increased activity for amphibians. Thousands of frogs, salamanders, and other creatures look to cross roadways to get to their breeding pools in the spring. The department encourages drivers to use caution, as you might see some of these critters crossing, and volunteers helping them safely get to their destination. Now, for more information, you can visit this story on our website, foxbangor.com. Alrighty, folks, that is going to do it for us. From everyone here at ABC 7 News, take care and have a great rest of your night. We'll see you right back here at 11. And for more right now, you can join us over on Fox 22 News tonight at 6:30.
Tonight, the top Army general ousted as the war with Iran rages on. And the DOJ fallout. What happens next with the Epstein files? Plus, tracking severe weather and tornado threats in the Midwest. More Americans turn to world news tonight with David Muir, the #1 newscaster.
You may have had to do that anyway, but you had the right to move out because you gave them ample notice that the heating wasn't working for over a 2-month period. So that's, to me, a constructive eviction. Your case is dismissed. We're finished. Thank you.
Parties are excused and they step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
We gave her discounted monthly rent just out of good nature. It was never asked for.
I was trying to work it out with my lawyer to make it sure that I wasn't going to get into any legal trouble.
We gave her a space heater to use. Again, the temperature never read below 68 degrees in the winter, and we felt like that was adequate.
The heater not working, they said that they have it to where it was 69 degrees, it was 59 degrees. I have pictures of it.
Within 3 weeks of her being in the unit, she was already asking to be released from it, to sublet it to someone else. She just wasn't ready.
Me trying to close shop was my son was going to be admitted to the hospital to have a feeding tube, and I wasn't going to be able to be there to run the business.
Our contract is the same. We haven't had issues with any of our other 4 tenants, and it's an unfortunate event.
Read your lease, have a lawyer check your lease. Just don't let them run over you.
This is Fox 22 News Tonight.
This morning, a threatening phone call forced Mount Desert Island High School into lockdown. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones. That prompted a large law enforcement response and panic among students and parents. Our Alex Schley has more.
This came from an anonymous call that they were outside with an AR-15.
The front office person, as soon as she heard that, she engaged the panic button.
As soon as I heard a lockdown, heart dropped, everyone scattered to the back of the room. It was insane.
At 9:30 Friday morning, first responders were dispatched to Mount Desert Island High School after administrators received what law enforcement initially believed was a credible threat.
First indication we had was somebody was outside the school property, so basically we cleared what we could, set up a perimeter.
While law enforcement worked to secure the campus, parents began learning about the situation.